Welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about something very exciting. I know the misconception, even from me over the years as a real estate investor, you need to buy many doors, many rental houses to achieve financial freedom. And then, what do you mean by financial freedom? Everybody's definition of financial freedom is different. I'm not saying this is the right or wrong strategy, but for most people, in order to achieve financial freedom, meaning what? Having $5,000 or $10,000 a lifetime passive income per month, that could be for a lot of people's financial freedom. But one of the misconception is you need like to buy a total 10 to 20 rentals. You need like 30 doors to scale your real estate portfolio in the next 10, 15 years to get to your financial dream. Right? I'm going to dispel all those misconceptions. I'm going to tell you all you need to buy is 1 to 2 rental. Give it the strategy I'm going to share with you momentarily, and you can achieve financial freedom in a few months
Okay.
if you want. But
Right.
better you should wait, buy these 2 rental property, wait for 5 years or 7 years, and your passive income will be even higher. Your wealth will be even higher from this
Right.
1 or 2 rental property.
That makes sense.
So my name is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Welcome once again. And my co-host is Julie Threats. Julie, thank you.
Glad to be here.
Great partner in helping me present my YouTube videos. And Julie is one of our network member from our real estate investment club here in California. She had a late start in life in terms of real estate investing, but she ramped up quickly. A few years ago, she was a newbie. You should consider yourself a newbie,
Yes.
which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But you have created a portfolio of 6 rental properties in the Midwest, Niagara Falls, achieving income, cash flow on a monthly basis, appreciation, the whole 9 yards. So Julie, thanks.
Thank you. And they've done it without you.
Thank you very much. I love helping people. That's my passion. That's my mindset. I want to create a big difference in people's financial lives through real estate investing.
Absolutely.
Without further ado, shall we get this rolling?
Sounds good. I'm excited.
All right. So somebody thinking, oh, come on, Mr. Yee is full of BS. What is he talking about? Buy 1 or 2 rental property and achieve one's financial freedom rather quickly. No, this is not a overhyped presentation. This is
Not get
not,
rich quick.
it's not a get rich quick scheme. Not
None of that. None of
okay.
that.
I would like it, but that's not me. I do not over promise and under deliver. I'm not a YouTube crash video. I'm not a doom and gloom. Those YouTubers out there who will capitalize on people's fear, whatever, and pitch all these negative narratives around real estate. So
Right.
that's not me. I go with my gut, with my ethics, with my moral obligation to
Absolutely.
people out there. So anyway, let's just do it. Stay tuned for the next 15, 20 minutes and let's enjoy this presentation and this live. And then you can form your own opinion at the end of this video. Share your thoughts on comment below. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already done so. And also provide your email into my newsletter so you can receive weekly newsletters to your inbox so you can learn more about this strategy and everything else. You can buy investment property, long-term rental, that's fine. Okay, annual renewable lease, and some of your real estate portfolio, you can diversify into medium-term rental. Medium-term rental is about to explode. It's an emerging asset class, but you can skyrocket your rent. Medium-term rental is you can rent your unit for more than 30 days and less than 365 days, as opposed to the traditional 1-year annual lease, right? So again, up and coming asset class and the rental pool, if you can find a market, you can rent to traveling nurses, healthcare recruiting agencies, professionals, other medical professionals, construction contract workers, retirees, digital nomads, remote workers, college students, corporate rentals, military families relocating from one duty station to another, people displaced from their homes due to fire and flood, and insurance company paid while they rebuilt. For doing large home renovations, need to relocate for several months. But this category or rental pool is endless. Julie, what are your thoughts so far?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about the last one you said about people doing remodeling because you do need somewhere to go. And the idea of you could be out of your house for 3 or 4 months, depending on the extent of the repair work. And going to a hotel could be beyond what most people can do. So I think that's a great another addition to the already established pool of like the healthcare workers, military, the digital nomads, which I pray to be one day.
Yeah,
I
me
can live
too.
anywhere in the world and just work from my computer. So that's my goal. But yeah, it just really opens up the possibilities.
Yep. That's right. This could be the new asset class for the future. So there has been a lot of success. When we go to social media, there are more and more people entering into the medium term real estate asset class. So some of you are asking, what are the best areas to segue in, adapt into the medium term rental? My personal opinion, the best market to pursue this strategy is in the South and Southeast, in like Florida and Texas, and markets around the South and Southeast, like Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, Alabama, but mainly Florida and Texas, okay? Because Texas, everybody should know this, is the two of the fastest growing state in the country, and is nothing is going to stop that. So again, I want to be very specific. Okay, best strategy, the optimum strategy to make your medium-term rental very profitable beyond imagination. If the rental property you have or about to purchase is located in a medical area, in a healthcare industry, okay? If it, if your property located a few miles away from type major hospital, surgery hospital, whatever, uh, you can have an amazing opportunity on your rental pool, traveling nurses, whatever,
Right.
pay you a premium rent. Okay. When it's not only about travel nurses, in any healthcare space, you have a lot of different type of specialties. You have doctors, nurses, medical staff, technicians, and dietitians, all kinds of things are related in the healthcare industry. So look at some of these neighboring healthcare facilities in this particular area. Major healthcare system, doctors' hospital, training hospitals, universities that have a medical center, regional hospitals, and all kinds. And also the other metrics that you really need to understand is that if your rental property are located close to numerous universities and colleges in the area, that's another great strategy for midterm rental, because you're renting to students, to college professors, to instructors, to course staff from all the surrounding colleges close to it. So with that in mind, and again, fast growing medical tech data centers, fulfillment, medical offices, and life sciences. So among the sub medical specialties. So with that in mind, what are your thoughts about the rental pool, the healthcare industry, and the colleges and universities? What are your thoughts?
I think it's interesting because those are two areas that will always have employees. If you think about it, even here where I live in Southern California, our main hospital is constantly expanding, and they're partnering with St. Jude, and they're partnering with Shriners, and it's like they're starting to take over the land in Pasadena, and people need to work there. All those employees are not going to come from Pasadena. They might come from other states or whatever. So the concept of a short-term rental near a hospital, and particularly schools, because that's constant every year. Every 4 years, you got a new set of students coming in, and they're going to need a place to live. So I think that's a great strategy to focus on properties that are geographically close to employment like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for your validation. So let's continue. With the main goal of long-term rental, annual lease, that is the blueprint. And then when we look at this market, here it is. Here's how you scale your portfolio. You buy in this case, long-term rental situation, you buy a brand new fourplex in this rising market. When we talk about South Texas, it could be anywhere, right?
Yes.
I'm just using this South Texas strategy as a part of my presentation. You can convert your medium to rental to anywhere in the country. St. Louis, Missouri, Indianapolis, Indiana, Niagara Falls, or Birmingham, Alabama, or wherever, right?
Correct.
It's a niche, it's a specialized strategy that a mere few years ago, people never go to medium term rental. Now it's up and coming. So get in front of this new asset class grows. Get in there early before the whole world finds out about it.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to use this example. instead of buying a single family or home rental for long-term rent, which is nothing wrong with that, right?
Right.
You buy a multi-unit, a small fourplex quad, new construction in one of the fastest growing area in the country at a
Nice.
very inexpensive price of $545K, which you will not find fourplex brand new build in this growing housing market. $545K. That is just insane. You and I did this presentation several times in the past
Right.
few months, right? So it's really nothing new to you. This is a traditional long-term rental, even with a 7% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. You put 25% down payment. I'm not going to go over the details of this long-term rental initial strategies. Yeah, you put almost $160 down payment plus whatever. At the end of the day, because the rent is so strong out of this quad, out of this fourplex, it's only like around $136,000 per unit. And the rent is like $1,350 or even $1,400 per door. So, meet the 1% rent to value ratio. I'm not going to spend time on this, but the numbers is truly amazing. So at the end of the day, this fourplex will achieve monthly net part of the cash flow is $773, which is almost $200 profit cash flow per door.
Amazing. That's really an excellent cash flow.
Julie, you and I know cash flow properties in the country is pretty much virtually disappear. Why? Because of the skyrocketing of housing prices in the past few years, along with the elevated mortgage rate, has made investors to buy cash flow properties very challenging. Agree?
Correct. You're absolutely right.
So you are lucky to have bought it back in 2019, 2020, before the housing boom started, and you're getting you're the recipient of this amazing one-time historic equity and cash flow appreciation.
Correct.
There's always new opportunities.
There's never a bad time to invest. It's just making that decision to move forward with your goals.
Giving all the negativity out there, and I'm not going to go into details. There's never a wrong time to buy if you are a real estate investor. If you are a well-informed risk investor, then there's opportunities everywhere, regardless of economic times.
Absolutely.
I say this because I've been doing it for several decades, and I know what's going on. All right. So this is just the first year monthly cash flow. Things will get better. Okay. The rent will increase. You could have more cash flow. The tenant going to pay down the loan. You could get tax benefit. You can get appreciation over time. You and I talk about this many times on our weekly videos, right? That income property, rental property is a multi-dimensional asset class. There's one way to make money. Cash flow is just one component, right?
Correct.
Okay, so most of you, if you do nothing other than buy this kind of fourplex property, whatever, with cash flow, with long-term renter on all four doors occupying your property, fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to take your finances to the next level, and you could potentially retire after you buy one or two of these rentals. Okay? I'm not anybody that overhype their investment philosophy by saying, oh, you can buy one or two rental or five rental, immediately you can retire. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you could accumulate $2,500 to a $5,000 monthly net cash flow by buying two of these rental properties, you could potentially retire, live off this income immediately, or wait 5 to 10 years. Anyway, again, I'm not here to overhype anything, okay? Have an open mind. Let me run through the numbers. Okay, this is a long-term rental example. Now, and this kind of property, I'll go through very quickly. This is a high-quality construction, located in a very good area. Homes are very affordable in this very fast-growing market. And this home is a very high-quality construction. It's like a 1,050 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath on each unit. You can find those rental pool, as we discussed earlier, no other way for me to say it. Now, okay, let's pivot. Let's convert some of these units, or maybe all of those units from a long-term rental scenario into a medium-term rental projection. We're talking,
Wow.
we're talking multiple streams of income. One can use a mid-term rental to do a single-family home, one door, one unit. You see the flexibility you have by buying a fourplex.
Right.
You know how easy to juggle, to pivot, to adapt your forecast into multiple different types of
Right.
streams of income.
Mhm.
It
Just
just,
a lot of flexibility.
I can't excite you
Looking at the
more.
numbers going from long term to midterm. But I won't cut you off in mid path because I know you're
Yeah, no problem. Let's keep it also. You're just your thoughts, your comment, your opinions are important. That's
right.
why I invite you. Almost
Yeah, 'cause you go from with the original pro forma, with the regular long term strategy, you go from about $800 a month cash flow to jumping into almost $2,500 a month cash
yes,
flow.
yeah,
That will help you retire.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Think about it. Look, I'm not overhyping anything. This
Right.
numbers I'm showing you, I know is a projection, but this number are fairly realistic. If you do your research, if you do your due diligence, if you surround yourself with a team that can help you
Mhm.
accomplish this new strategy. So
Right.
using the same fourplex, I know, oh, look, not everyone have the capital available to buy this kind of fourplex, but
Right.
some
Correct.
do. Some people, some investors, they have $160,000 cash for down payment.
Right.
So this strategy, if you were to convert this into a midterm rental, you're able to rent out all the 4 units at
Right.
$2,000 monthly rent instead of $1,350 or $1,400 long-term rent. All you gotta do is increase your gross rent by 50% from a long-term rental scenario lease into a midterm rental.
Right.
Then you could each door you could increase the gross rent by 50%, which is 1,300 to 2,000, like additional $700 increased rent because you're doing a medium term rental. Does that make sense so far?
It makes a lot of sense. And I think that's the point that people need to understand. Because I think when you're hearing the terms, you're like, what's the difference? You're still renting it out. But people that are on short term rentals are willing to pay much higher than what you would on a normal traditional lease.
By the way, we're not doing short term rental. Short term rental is less than 30 days.
Oh, yeah. Midterm rental. Term
Yeah,
rental.
midterm
Right.
rental, like 30, 60, 90, 120 days
Correct.
typically. So $2,000 gross rent on a midterm rental renter times 4 doors is 8,100, right? So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
And the expenses are no different. Your mortgage payment,
Right.
taxes, insurance, everything else stays the same. And with that in mind, if you optimize this fourplex by converting all 4 units into a midterm rental, given this monthly $2,000 rent projection, your
Mm-hmm.
net monthly cash flow is almost 2,500.
Amazing.
I now factor in the maintenance percentage. I factor in the property management. If you want to hire property management to do everything for you,
Mm-hmm.
or self-manage using furnished find, which I'll share that with you. All these projections are very realistic. The vacancy rate is 7%, management fee is 8%, maintenance percentage upkeep is around 5%. So I factor in a lot of scenarios, and yet monthly net cash flow is 2,500. Now, when people hear the word $2,500 monthly net passive income per month, you could make the argument some people can live off 2,500 for
Right.
right or wrong. Now, again, at the beginning of my presentation, I tell people all you gotta do is buy 1 or 2 of this income property. If you have the money, so you need around almost $300,000 of cash to finance 2 of these quads
Mm-hmm.
and rent it out to midterm rental tenants. And then what if you buy 2 of these in the next few months, when you close escrow and you rented out all the doors for midterm rental, and then ooh, do the math. 500 plus 2,500 is $5,000 monthly net cash flow if you rented out all 8 doors to midterm rental renters.
That's a great cash flow. That will supplement for some their income and that will carry some people. Again, it depends on what part of the country you live in and how you like to live. Yeah, but it's definitely a way to have an ongoing passive income that will go up in time because you remember the rents are going to increase over time. Your mortgage is going to decrease at some point, and there's no better investment.
If you wait 5 to 10 years and you only bought two of these, the rent could be a lot higher than
Right.
today. So you
Absolutely.
instead of 2,500 to 5,000,
Mhm.
have 5,000 to $10,000 monthly passive income in the next 5 cent 7 to 10 years. That's pretty realistic, right? I'm not hyping.
No, I agree with you 100%. I feel like we can do that with this investment. People are living so much longer. So you're not going to work until you're 80, but you can have passive income to way beyond 80. This is a great strategy.
All right. So yeah, let's go on. What else I have to say? You
Right.
can do it slowly, right? You could have three doors out of this fourplex as a long-term renter, which is fine. You can convert one of the units to a midterm renter. And of course, you have to furnish your property out of pocket. It takes about around $8,000 to $10,000 extra to fully furnish the unit for midterm rental.
I think those are all really good points. The cost, people understanding that there is a cost because of the furnishing, but it's not an investment you're going to make every month. Once you furnish it, you're going to furnish it. And again, that's another tax write-off. It's a business
Yeah,
expense.
talk about the tax benefit. The extra 8 to 10 grand, whatever, of furnishing costs, you can recoup within a year and a half.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, as a current landlord investor, you are, we have existing long-term portfolio somewhere in the country, do more research, determine whether in your market you can convert some of your investments into
Right.
midterm rental. I'm using 50% increase in gross rent. It's a
Right.
case basis. Your rent could be a lot higher, 50 to 75%, even 100% higher in midterm rental than additional short-term rental annual lease. And here's a Footage Finder. Do your own research. Footage Finder is one of the marketing strategies you could promote your rental. There's one fourplex that has been promoted through the Footage Finder website. They have a key check. They have a software you can self-manage the property if you want. We have one property manager in a local area in South Texas. She's willing to manage your midterm rental for you, and she can help you find those furnishing in the local market. Judy, you and I know, even if you live 3,000 miles away, you can still remotely, passively make this midterm rental space work for you.
I think it's important that you find a good team that you can work with. Like you mentioned, there's people that can help you, support you, help manage those properties. But yeah, I think it's a very viable option for out of state investing.
You know, you and I have been promoting, I've been talking by out of state remotely, passively.
Right.
You delegate a team, you delegate the property managers, where the most time you will spend is like 1 hour per month.
Right. Right.
In managing your 310 property portfolio out of state. Rental takes a little bit more work. It's not a lot of work either, right? So maybe a few more hours per month in doing the rental space.
But what other business can you work just a few hours a month and realize that type of profit or success? Mhm.
Not too many, that's for sure. Yeah, so the recap is, Julie, buy cash flow income property for long-term buying and hold. Traditional 1 year annual renewable lease.
Mhm.
My investment model will not change.
Right.
The secondary objective to some of the investors out there is buy a property in the right market that have this great amenity, to have this great infrastructure, like I show you with the medical clinics and hospitals and colleges and universities, and in an area where there's a lot of construction going on because there's a growing market here in South Texas. You have a lot of construction workers that are coming to the area, build those commercial buildings, those residential buildings.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And I think something you showed in the last slide, you can create a combination. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can do both. And I think to maybe ease some of your clients' mind, the question becomes, what if it doesn't work out? You can always go back to a long-term strategy. You still own the property, so you can do what you want to do with it. So I think that's important because I think some people get stuck on the what ifs.
Unit business. Yeah, it's well said. You have the ability to adapt as an investor, as a landlord, there's you have a lot of flexibility.
Correct.
When you buy multi-unit, you can always convert from long-term rental to mid-term rental, back to long-term rental, maybe
Right.
even for short-term rental from,
Mhm.
depends. But I'm not going to go there. I don't like
Right,
short-term
right.
rental that much. It's too much work. I'm not in the hospitality business. Just quad
Mhm.
four units, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, right? 1,050 square foot, not very big.
Right.
Do you know you could rent out one unit, 3 bed and 2 baths to a 3 people, 3 college students?
That's true. You're absolutely right.
If you charge each student, let's say in big market, $750
Right.
student for 3, 4, 5, 6 months at a time.
Mhm.
Do the math. 750 times 3 students occupying the one unit, the 3 bedroom, 2 bath unit.
Right.
We're talking like $2,200.
2250, yeah. Mhm.
Furthermore, another unit you're rented out for traveling nurses. 2 or 3 traveling nurses
Right.
that rent your unit. You can charge.
That's a great deal because they probably work if they work opposite shifts, it's great. It's the nurses will do those 12-hour shifts, doctors too. They do the 12-hour shifts, either a daytime shift or a evening shift, and you can get somebody that's working opposite.
I watch other YouTube videos. I watch other social media
Mhm.
where people, where landlords are renting out per room. Let's do the math. Say one of the investor watch our video. They buy this full tax. I think
Right.
this case scenario. There are 4 units. Each unit there are 3 beds.
Mhm.
You rent out each unit to 3 people, or 12 people renting from you. And it's fine.
Right. You can do that. Mhm.
You could. I know it's more stressful.
Mhm.
It's difficult for a lot of people, but some people, I know for a fact, they don't mind doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, 12 tenants with the 4 doors.
Right.
Furthermore, each tenant will pay you $700. That's per month gross rent like $9,000.
There you go.
Let's do the math, okay?
Mhm.
Each each unit, 3 people, $700 per person times 12, right? Yeah, $8,400 monthly.
Right. That's some good money.
I've seen this, people doing this.
Mhm.
People doing this in other, some landlords say they're doing this in other markets. They're doing this in like Cleveland, Ohio. Who would have thought? Who would have thought you can do this in a normal market like Cleveland? People doing this in Denver, Colorado. So I see people doing this kind of renting by the room in many markets, but
Right.
every landlord, every have their own unique ambition.
Right.
Personally, I wouldn't do it. It's too much work. It is being done. But look, there's so much more to talk about. So would you agree that what I just presented is interesting, is exciting, is realistic, is doable?
I would agree with all that. It takes focus, tenacity, persistence. You got to know what your goal is, and you got to not get discouraged if everything doesn't work out perfect. Because guess what? Almost nothing works out perfect. But the concept is there. The reality, like you said, you've known people to rent by the room. That's always a possibility. Or even if you don't, even if you just do it the more traditional way, it still presents another opportunity. It's about realizing the possibilities. Once you own the property, the possibilities are endless.
It takes a lot of courage and a lot of capital, money available. You can do it. Not everybody can do this, right? But it is really happening. Everything I discussed is not theory, it's practical. It is being done. More people can enter the medium term space.
Mhm.
This is the way of the future. Either you can embrace it or stay on the sideline and do nothing. At the end of the day, it's all these things long term invested. You gotta have a
Mhm.
goal. You gotta have think to the long term, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. The typical person, it takes 10 years to achieve financial freedom through real estate, at least 10 years. Now,
Right.
if you do the work, if you're dedicated, you have a work ethic, you have the courage to take action,
Correct.
next 10 years, your financial life can change. Yes.
Absolutely. I
The
agree
next
with that.
10, Julie, the next 10 years is going to happen in your life, no matter what.
You're going to be somewhere in 10 years.
At the end of 10 years, for those people who take action today, the next 10 years, the life will be beautiful, abundance,
Mhm.
high quality of life. People do not take action today, 10 years later, nothing will change.
Absolutely. That's true.
You know, the
Very true. You're going to be somewhere 10 years from now. And you got to start today. They always say, wherever you want to be, whatever you see yourself doing 5 years from now has to start today. If
Mhm.
that's weight loss, if it's income, if it's a new job, kids, a house, whatever, you've got to start making those decisions today. It's called planning. Yeah. And I think that's important that your students understand. It is a long-term strategy. You're not looking to, like we said, we were joking earlier, it's not a get rich quick overnight, but you will get rich if you just stay the course.
Yeah, Julie, what's the definition of insanity?
I do. Doing
Tell
the
me,
same
what's
thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And I think a lot of people walk through life doing that, hoping, wishing, hoping to win the lottery. Okay, you've been playing the lottery for 35 years and you haven't won yet. So that's not a viable option. But yeah, you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting or hoping for a different outcome. And the reality is you just have to make some changes. Like I said, if it's weight loss, if it's education, going to school, it takes 4 years to go to college. You got to start somewhere.
Okay, I'll leave with a final thought in that, anyway, receive any value whatsoever from this video, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, please hit the like button, and most important of all, and make comments, comment below, see what you think. Also, subscribe your email into our network, Real Estate Investment Club, so you can receive more information about these strategies than any other strategies. We're here to empower the mom and pop real estate investors out there, regardless of where you live. Doesn't matter. The investing landscape is available anywhere in the country. You got to find the right deal. You got to find the right team. And you can invest anywhere in the country. And if you find a trusted team that have a great market, you're on your way to achieve your financial freedom. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm Jose. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.